Hello, little man. Boy, I sure heard a bunch about you. See? I was a good friend of your dad's. We were in that Hanoi pit of hell together over 5 years. Hopefully you'll never have to experience this yourself, but when two men are in a situation like your dad and me were for as long as we were, you take on certain responsibilities of the other. If it had been me who had not made it, Major Coolidge would be talking right now to my son, Jim. But the way it turned out is I'm talking to you, Butch. I got something for you. This watch I got here was first purchased by your great-grandfather during the First World War. It was bought in a little jewelry store in Knoxville, Tennessee, and made by the first company to ever make wristwatches. Up till then, people just carried pocket watches. It was bought by Private Ryan Coolidge on the day he set sail for Paris. This watch was your great-grandfather's war watch, and he wore it every day he was in that war. And when he had done his duty, he went back home to your great-grandmother, took the watch off, and put it on a old coffee can. And in that can it stayed until your granddad, Dane Coolidge, was called upon by his country to go overseas and fight the Germans once again, and this time they called it World War II. Your great-grandfather gave the watch to your granddad for good luck. And unfortunately, Dane's luck was not as good as his old man's. Dane was a Marine and he was killed along with the other Marines at the Battle of Wake Island. Your granddad was facing death. He knew it. None of those boys had any illusions about ever leaving that island alive. So 3 days before the Japanese took the island, your granddad asked a gunner in an Air Force transport named of Winoki, a man he had never met before in his life, to deliver to his infant son, who he's never seen the flesh, his gold watch. 3 days later, your granddad was dead, but Winoki kept his word. When the war was over, he paid a visit to your grandmother, delivering to your infant father his dad's gold watch. This watch was on your daddy's wrist when he was shot down over Hanoi. He was captured, put in a Vietnamese prison camp. Your dad knew if the Gooks ever saw the watch, it'd be confiscated, taken away. The way your dad looked at him, and it was your birthright. He'd be damned if any slopes were going to put your greasy hands on his boy's birthright, so he hid it. In one place he knew he could hide something, his ass. So 5 long years he wore the watch up his ass. And then he died of dysentery and gave me the watch. And I hid that uncomfortable hunk of metal on my ass 2 years. And then, after 7 years, I was sent home to my family, and now, little man, I gave the watch to you.